Hey everybody, it's Pastor Casey with today's devotion. It comes out of 2 Corinthians 4, 8 through 9. It says, "We are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed but not in despair, persecuted but not abandoned, struck down but not destroyed." Um, I love this verse. It's one of my favorite verses in Scripture. There was a song way back in the day that we used to sing. I'm not going to try to attempt to sing it because then that would be horrible. But it was just an incredible. It's an incredible verse and so encouraging uh, because of what we go through in our life. There's a saying that says Christianity. Jesus said that Christianity wouldn't wasn't going to be easy, but it'd be worth it. And that's the truth. It's not an easy deal. It's not easy to live this life. There's a lot that comes at us that we got to fight away. And then just being a Christian, sometimes I think we feel that everything will go smooth and easy and smooth sailing, and it's not necessarily like that. There's still difficulties. The difference is that we have God by our side. Um, Recently, um, Lila came home, and there was a situation that she had gone through, and not just Lila. Selah is the same way, and Judah's going to be that same way. Judah is that way when he goes through situations where they're despaired, they're pressed down, they're persecuted, whatever it might be. And there's this emotional thing, Lila will cry, Selah will cry, Judah will cry. There are times where I'm sure you've gone to your parents to cry. But the biggest thing is to know that Daddy was there, that I was there to hold them, to comfort them, to pray for them, whatever it might be. And that's what you have to understand. You're going through situations, and it's not that Jesus isn't there. He is there. That's the best part about it, is the fact that He is there, that you're not going through your situation, your trial, your tribulation alone. You're going through it with Jesus by your side. He's not going to leave you or forsake you. I say that all the time because He's there. He wants to be there for you. And here's the thing, here's the greatest part about it all. There's always like a master plan, and God knows that master plan. We only see just a little bit in front of us. God sees the whole picture. So He realizes that what we go through in our life, when we go through trials and tribulations, when we go through tough times, when people on the outside see it, people who aren't saved see it, people who don't really know Jesus, who don't have that personal relationship with Jesus, when they see that in our life, instead of crumbling by the wayside, instead of crumbling under the pressure, when we can stand up and face the enemy, when we can stand up and say, you know what, I'm pressed but not crushed, persecuted, not abandoned, struck down, not destroyed. That is awesome. When we can stand and say that, that is the greatest testimony. And you want to be used? You want to be used of God? You fight through your tribulations. You stand with your head held high through tribulations. Right now, I have a very close friend from New York, and um, her name is Veronica, and my wife and I were pastored um, Nick, their son, and Nick is struggling with leukemia. Please pray for him. But you know what? That is something that can just be pushed down. That is something that, I mean, people would just be devastated, devastated. And through it all, Veronica puts up these statuses, which are incredible. She puts up these notes of what's going on in Nick's life. And there was one thing that happened recently when there was another child, I guess, with leukemia, and Nick, who has leukemia himself, was able to put his arm around him, and help him through it. And I'm telling you, all the time, every time you look up her Facebook page, you see some kind of scripture, you see something where it's encouraging, knowing that God is going to bless them. Well, that is awesome. How many lives is that situation touching? It's not easy. It's the hardest thing that Veronica's going to go through. It's the hardest thing that Nick's going through. But you know what? The best part about it, what the enemy means for evil, God turns around for good. And there are people's lives that are being changed because of it. There are students that I know in my own youth group, their lives are being changed because of it. How many people are looking on that Facebook? Their lives are being changed because of her reaction towards the pressing, towards all the trials and tribulations. She's not crumbling. She's not looking down. Sure, I'm sure that she goes through times where she's questioning and wondering, but God is there. God is there. And she knows. She knows, and you should know. And Nick knows, and you should know. I know, you should know. Pressed down, but not crushed. Persecuted, not abandoned. Struck down, and not destroyed. Devil, try your best, because we're going to keep our eyes on Jesus. Anyway, we love you. Thanks for watching today's devotion, and look out for tomorrow. All right? Remember to be real, live real, get real.